Well, good evening. I should be live. I hope I'm live. I'm going to be watching over here on YouTube and see if it pops up. Uh, Stop streaming in broadcast. So apparently I am live. Yep. Streaming in broadcast. Yep, I am live because my speaker is running. Anyway, howdy, howdy. Hope everyone is doing well. Apparently, you'll be watching it on the replay because I don't see anybody even here tonight, which is I planned on doing the live stream last night over on Grandpa's Random Reviews, but I got the feeling a little bit under the weather, so I just went on to bed and woke up early. Been going at it all day, sort of. I can't honestly say that I've been working all day, but I have been up since about 5:30, then went back to sleep till about 7, then actually got out of bed about 8. So made a full day of it. Got a couple of reviews left. Hello, Casey. Hope you're doing well. Just got a message here. Whoa. Just garage or tool like scene. Hello, Pork Chop. Mr. Wobble is wrapping up his show and we'll be here soon. Okay. Well, it's okay. If he makes it, great. If he wants to keep doing his live, that's fine. I'll just cut this one short. I don't want to interfere or anything. Just got a message on doing a big storage cabinet thing. Only such need to choose the garage or tool like scene. I wonder if my little storage room in there would be considered a tool like scene. Yeah, we'll just tell him. We'll say, sounds good, and we'll go with it. I'd like to have another cabinet, but this one has doors on it. But it's a nice one. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Plug that there. Whoa. Let's drop my. Oh, well, there's a better shot. Wish it didn't have doors on it, but that's okay. I'll make it work. Hello, James. Wow, I'm sitting there rattling away and not paying attention. Hello, Ray? Jay? No, it's not time to be on. No, it's my turn to be on. Oh, you're the warm up show? Okay. I sent you an email talking about the Amazon commission. It didn't work in your favor. The things that were already in the cart didn't count for you. Yeah, I went and looked, and I looked at let's see, 15th. I think I looked then, it didn't show up, and I looked on the 13th and the 14th, and I didn't see any. It's amazing how many items sell per day. It don't add up to much, but quite a few items to look through. Yeah, this one had wheels. Hello, James? Jason, are you still there? How's school going? Yeah, it's here. Yeah, it's got big old casters on the bottom. But you know what? I could probably use that and just put I don't know, the smaller stuff in it. I don't really need the doors, but oh well. Sellable merchandise, right? I did get a new storm door put on the front door because they couldn't get the front door aligned because it had gaps in it. So they just went and bought a storm door, which that should help. But I worry about getting the bigger things in and out the front door, but we'll see how that goes. Who knows? Well, Air just wanted to say hi and good night. But I'll talk to you later. Love you. Good night. Okay, love you too, Case, and have a good night and have a good day at school tomorrow. I will talk to you later. Well, I'm good. School's good. That's good. How have you been, mate? I heard it's cold and windy. Oh, it was windy yesterday. Hello, Drew. I'm done now that we're all here watching you. Oh, everybody came over to hang out with. Whoa, I'm out of focus. What happened? You're all. There it went. It's like magic. It's magically delicious. There we go. Oh, I forgot. I've got my big light back. Ooh, that light right there. I kind of looked into that one. They had sent one, and right. Let's see if I can get my hand right. Go up. That little stem right there is supposed to screw down in there, but this one was stripped out, so it wobbles. So I got a big old fat twisty button. They sent me another one, and so now I have two. But I'm going to keep this one because when I'm recording in here, it's not, the lighting is not very good for video. So now I can light it up. Pretty bright light. Hello, Grace. Grace Culbertson. Grace Culbertson. Hi, I am new to you. Well, howdy. Welcome. I don't know a whole lot. Grace is my granddaughter's name. Actually, it's Graceland. But Brandon, meet Grace. She is a nice one. Oh, cool. I'm always happy to see nice people. All people, really. And if they're not nice, we can make them nice or we can escort them out the door. Luckily, I don't think we've really ever had to do that. I think there's been a couple of people, they would come in and get kind of weird, ask weird questions, but nothing really too far out there. Ray show me you're live. Cool. I'd rather kick them out the door. Sometimes people just need some attention, and this is the only place they can get it because they can't come out of mama's basement. I don't know. Everybody wants a little bit of attention, and there's nothing wrong with that. And they would get the attention if they would just go about it the right way. Nicely kick them out. Anyway, I actually had scheduled last night's live for the Random Reviews channel. And I tell you, about 8:30, I just canceled it. I was really tired. My stomach was kind of hurting, and I was just wore out, I think, and I just went to bed. I think I was out by 9:00, 9:30, and I don't know. I didn't have a whole lot planned for tonight. I just thought, if anybody has any questions, bring on the questions. And I don't care what they are, as long as they're semi sort of appropriate. You know, it's all good. So I am 25. I like water towers, and I live in Ohio. Oh, okay, in Ohio. I've been there. Flew into. Actually, I think I flew. Is Pittsburgh close? Because it seems like I flew into Pittsburgh, and the person that I was going to see lived in Ohio, but it was closer to fly in there than it was in Cleveland. I remember we drove past Cleveland because I saw the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Grace is a nice though, Grandpa. She was just in my show. I met her through Sunny's live stream at some point. Oh, that's cool. Grace is obsessed with water towers, Brandon. Do you know of any good ones? I don't have any pictures. We have one, two. Actually, we have two where I live. No, yeah, I think there's two here where I live. But in Wichita Falls, there's one. I ought to know because when I was working for the city and on the mowing crew, we had to mow the water towers. There's one, two, three. I want to say it's like six. I don't know if there'll be any pictures of them. But well, they had one. It's out on the highway, and they called that was their prime one. They wanted it weed eated and sharp looking. Oop. Did Did you go to Cleveland? No, just went through Cleveland. I'd have to look. It's been a few years ago, actually several years ago. This is the one that's out on the highway. Reject all. Well, they don't have a full picture of it. This is one that's got the floating top on it. It floats. They just built one over by my daughter's house. The, the majority of them look about like that right there. Well, where'd it go? Well, clicked on images and it brought that up. That ain't no good. Oh, there's the better. Can't believe somebody put that on Shutterstock. Oh, they really want it. You know, how can they legally do that? You can't use this picture because somebody has it on Shutterstock, but they do not own this picture. So how can they sell this picture? I don't get that. I am in Akron, Ohio. Cleveland is 45 minutes away. I'm trying to remember where Debbie lived. Man, I ought to remember because I went up there. Actually, went up there twice. And my old neighbors, they were from Jefferson, Ohio. We have a lot of gas towers in the UK. Really? This is pretty much the water towers. I'm curious. Now you got me wondering, Grace. Wow. Map. Oh, I want maybe that'll work. Will it go full screen? Middleton? No. Youngstown. Youngstown. Crap. Move. How do I scroll it back up? There we go. Youngstown. That's where I've been. So you're in Akron, so you're on past Youngstown. What is all of that popping up? Anyway, that's where I've been right there. Went and played pool. Uh, those are floating ones too, yeah. Look for funny water towers. A lot of creepy ones came up. Really? Get this out of the way. It's but odd. That one's made like a little tea kettle. Ooh, they put eyes on that one. Oh, there's a watermelon. Huh, that's crazy. I didn't know that they did water towers like that. Well, I mean, if you're gonna have one, you might as well make it unique. Yes, we do, Ray. Some are quite ugly. That's not far from me. Yeah, yeah. It was a friend that I had chatted with a lot. Me and my kid's mom actually chatted with her a lot for probably a couple of years, and then the kid's mom passed away, and then I got off the computer and got away from all of it. And a couple of years later, I got back on the computer and ran back into her and online, and then I wound up flying up there, hanging out for a couple of days, came back, and then went back for a couple of days, and that was that. Grace, do a Google search for world's funny water towers. That's a nice looking one. Did you go downtown Youngstown or the area around it? I just remember going to a pool hall. I know she worked at some bank there, and I remember going. I don't remember a lot about it. Man, that's been. Oh, what year is this? That's been 20 years ago. Probably around 20 years ago. You were just a you were just a wee baby. Like I said, Debbie. Actually, it was Deborah. Anyway, oh look at that one. That was kind of cool. I never really thought about looking up water towers. I like windmills. I'm more into windmills than anything. I can, if I've got my camera with me and I'm going down the road, look at that one. That one's a leaning one. But if I'm going down, oh, that's a birthday cake looking one. But if I'm going down the road and I see a windmill, generally, if possible, I'll stop and take a picture of it. That's some really cool pictures of windmills somewhere. On one of the thumb drives or hard drives somewhere. Oh, Brandon, I bloody love windmills. I was obsessed as a lad. I like them. They're cool. Every once in a while, you'll still run across an old wooden one, or a real one. I mean, they're all real, I guess, but one that was actually used to pump in water. I only know two or three right around here. Well, in this part of Texas. Now, you start going east or south, there's a lot more, but I've never been. If y'all say something and I miss it, um, say it again because I might have missed it. I never been bothered about water towers. To be fair, I've looked at a few now. Took a few pictures a few days ago. For Grace, oh okay. I love windmills and lighthouses. A lighthouse. Only lighthouse that I've been to was in, I think it was Cozumel. I think that's where it was. I didn't go up into the top of it though. In the little walkway wasn't much wider than me, and it was steep. You had to be in good shape to go up it. Otherwise, I'd have went up it. But I'm going to Texas to visit my cousin. Oh, cool. That's where I'm at. Right outside of Wichita Falls, Texas, which is right on the Texas-Oklahoma state line. Actually, I can walk out in the front yard and look up the way, and I can see the ridge over there is in Oklahoma. When I was a lad, I was obsessed with those hanging wooden bridges with a rope. Oh, a swinging bridge. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Yeah, a swinging bridge. I can show you one right here. Lucy Park, Wichita Falls. I'm sure that'll bring up the swinging bridge. Well, I thought it would have. Oh, there it is. Some Yahoo jumped off of this thing one time many years ago and broke his neck. That water's only about a foot deep, but he wasn't from around here. Hello, Steve. I am going to Dallas, Texas. I'm about 120 miles or so northeast of Dallas. Depends on what part of Dallas. Well, it's all northeast. Or for me, I'm northwest. Sorry. How's it going, Steve? I saw you was on live and I jumped over there for a minute and I don't know, you was talking to somebody and then I wound up having to go tend to my food in there, and then when I came back, you were gone. And then I jumped over on the Rays live stream for a minute, and then finished eating. I was just sitting there watching. I finished eating, and I went back to editing. Well, technically, I'm going to Allen, Texas. Okay. Yep. I'm ready, just passing through. I have a super early morning. Ooh. Well, you are a busy man. You know, every once in a while I'll pop in on your lives when you're out and delivering. I'm like, between your podcast live streams and then you're still doing the delivery, and of course that's your content, so I guess a part of it. Anyway, glad you stopped by. You're welcome anytime. I don't know, my cousin lived, no joke, right next to a water tower. There's one water tower here. We used to get calls when I worked for the city. We'd get calls on it all the time. It's flooding, and somebody in the water department didn't shut the valve off because they have to fill them. And if they don't shut the valve off, it'll just start blowing out the side or out the top. Oh, quite hilarious. There's a lot of water going to waste, though. The one they just built by my daughter's house, though, boy, actually, the old one is the one I was talking about that would leak. It would overflow, but they built a new one next to it. I guess they put the old one out of commission. I never thought about. I mean, everybody's into different things, you know. I never thought about water towers. That's cool. It's unique. I have. There's our waterfalls. They man-made. Used to be some falls here back in, I don't know, and back in the 20s or the 30s, there was a big flood and it washed them out. The funny thing is, on my Dirty Shoes Adventures channel and there's video of it. But where there is a sign marked the original falls, it's smooth. But you can go right on down, probably a quarter of a mile, maybe a half a mile, and it's ripply, like that's where the falls were. But I'm not a geologist or archaeologist or whatever it would be to determine where it was actually at, but it sure don't look like where they say it was. But I know. I would like, I don't know if I have any. Oh crap, I'm not hooked up to my hard drives on this computer. Never mind. And I wonder if I can get on my Facebook. That the right password? Yeah, it should be the right password. Meta, I'm not a robot. No, I'm not a robot. We're flying from Cleveland Airport to Dallas Airport. DFW, they have DFW and they have Love Field. Probably flying into DFW. Facebook.com wants to show notifications. Do I want to show notifications? I don't guess I've logged into Facebook on this computer. I'm going to hit block because I don't know. I'm never on here anyway. See if I can go to my profile. Remember my password? Yeah, okay, remember it. I don't care. The photos. Three. There's a windmill near my great uncle's old cottage. The windmill was in a television drama show back home. Cool. The bloke in the show lived in the windmill. Lived in the wind. Oh, okay. You're talking, yeah. It was called Jonathan Creek Fun Show. Cool. Yeah, you're talking about those ones with the look like a silo to me, but you know what I know. I'm just no Texas boy. I don't know nothing about them fancy windmills like that. Oh, y'all want to see a picture of me way back in the day? That's been a minute ago. Back when my hair was long. Oh, it got longer than that. But why do I still have that picture? I shouldn't have that picture. It's a delete. How do I delete it? Oh, it's not even. I can't delete it because it's not my picture. It's a shared picture. I can't do nothing about those. They have several old windmills in Iowa. I was going to see if I could find some windmill pictures that I've taken, but this is not showing. Ain't even close to all my pictures. Your photos. It's only showing the recent ones. Logged in? Why ain't I seeing all my pictures? Huh. There's albums, but I would have no idea what albums. Oh, there's one. There's one. Long hair biker. Yeah. Do I go live a lot? Usually 9 o'clock on Wednesdays on Grandpa's Random Reviews, and 9 o'clock on Thursdays on this channel. There's another windmill. Oh, guess that was all of them. Iowa is where a lot of the Dutch settlers resided at. Buildings, there was food. Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, there was a picture I wanted to show you, the falls. Where'd it go? I like these, came out good. I thought, but I got my camera and I was playing with the settings. I showed y'all those falls a while ago. This is the pictures I took. But I was playing with the shutter speed and stuff like that. And there's a bridge that goes across right here. This is actually, they're making a huge loop around Wichita Falls, and that'll be the walkway. And this is a bridge going across the walkway. Up there at the top is actually a cemetery. I don't know if y'all know who uh, Jesse James, his sister, I think it was his sister, is buried up there. Okay, we'll see you guys later. I need to rest. My stomach really hurts, so I need to lay down. Oh, okay. We'll get to feeling better, and you're welcome to come back, hang out anytime. Well, anytime I'm here, where people are here. 9 Wednesdays on Grandpa's Random Reviews, and 9 on Thursdays on this channel. You're welcome back anytime. Better be careful what pictures I'm flipping through. They're all on Facebook, but I don't want to get no exes pictures on here. They shouldn't be, because these are mine. I don't think it can show shared pictures. This is a little lake by where I did live. I like that house right there. There's an Iowa Park. I used to catch some good catfish in this little lake. But anyway, enough of that. I made Grace's tummy hurt showing them pictures. It was probably my long hair and that hippie look that got her. Oh, Jay, you should have. I don't know. I think it's in the car. My the tracking number. What day was it? It should be this week. Well, today's Thursday. Maybe tomorrow. Might have a package come in tomorrow. So actually made it to the post office. I got to show y'all this one. This is a pretty cool picture. If y'all are into photography, if you're not, then I mean, this was at night. I just left the shutter open for a bit. You can see the stars up there. That's not fake, that's real. Used to go fishing right back here. There's actually a little rock, some rocks that go out into the water, and you can catch some crappie off them rocks pretty good. I think yeah. I don't think there was anything else. Mm-hmm. I'm getting some weird pop-ups or weird notifications from you. That was YouTube, wasn't it? People I've never heard of. I don't know. YouTube, my cats and my birds. I don't know. I don't. Do y'all know of that channel? I don't know if that's maybe somebody. I don't get it. I don't know if somebody renamed their channel or maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody I watched, and now I'm getting those. That's one of Mary's channels, huh? But I don't hardly ever watch her. Maybe it popped up on something, and I just clicked on it and watched it, and now I'm getting notifications for it. But I don't know why, because I'm not subscribed to that channel, so I don't know. Huh. I had no idea. Oh, here's a picture. See what y'all think about this one. That's just an old picture. I'm surprised those comments are still showing up. There, get those out of the way. It used to be just her cats on it. I keep well away from her videos. Yeah, looking like the fishing album showed a rabbit. Yeah, I don't know what's in. Oh, okay, I remember. This is a trip to Plainview, Texas. Oh, okay. Anyway, Mary, quite contrary. Somebody sent me what do you call it? A free membership or a free thing to a free membership? Is that what to her channel? I don't watch very many channels, and I don't know why. I don't know who sent it. It was gifted, but okay. I'll show y'all this picture. This is my daughter and my oldest grandson. This is old. He's 17 now. Now I'm curious. Someone tell me. was one that you had to block. Oh, Ray, yeah. One the stereo here. Yeah, I've tried to. I don't do drama, so. Oh, Grandpa froze in. No, I'm not froze. I don't think. Yeah, Discord chat. Yeah. I'm probably boring y'all with these pictures. It all started. See, I get off on a tangent and I'm looking at old pictures because I was looking for like windmills and water towers. Okay, y'all got to see this one, and I won't show no more. My mom will kill me if she's on here. This was out at my sister's house when my my grandson was young. He was had my beer bottle. I don't know what possessed me to quit drinking. I just don't anymore. You missed the comment. Your daughter looks like your mom. Do you agree? Yeah, somewhat. Uh, let's see. I don't know if the well, this one was a long time ago. Let's see, 2015. My mom and Amber, my daughter, December 19th, 2015. So 11 years ago. I gave up drinking over 40 years ago when I started driving for a living. I haven't missed. I really hadn't either. I I don't have anything against drinking, but I got other things to spend money on. I've got a bottle of whiskey in there now, but does whiskey get old? I know they say that the old liquor is better when it ages, but since it's been opened, I don't know if it gets old or not. I only have an issue against drunk drivers. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, I don't know if whiskey gets old or not. I'm fine with drinking, but when I do drink way too much, I don't really have an off switch, so I take extra caution. I did a lot of pictures like this. This was actually with the my phone, I believe. I'm not sure about old whiskey. It doesn't taste too great to me either. That whiskey is really smooth. It's a 40 Creek. It's, I guess, a Canadian whiskey, but it's really smooth. I used to would buy those little, the what are they, 8 ounce Coca Cola, and you could take a few sips out of it and then pour like a 2 capfuls in it, and it would taste good. But No, I don't have an off switch either. I get to drinking, I drink. My issue with drinking is because if I sit there and drink a beer, I get more talkative. 2 beers, and I am ready to go do something. I don't want to sit around the house. I want to go. 3 beers, I am everybody's friend. 4 beers, and I'm starting to get kind of tired. 5 beers, I'm ready to lay down. 6 beers, I'm stone cold sober. I am a lightweight. I'd be a cheap date. But I don't know. I feel like I'm in a chat with a bunch of winos. I don't even remember the last time. Let's see. No. I've been here over a year. I was at the apartment a year. That's 2 years. 3 years. Probably about 4 years since I've even cracked that bottle open. So, T-Ron, come in. Hello, T-Ron. There you are. Good evening. Good evening. But if you drink in moderation, I don't think there's anything bad about drinking. You just got to be responsible with it. Or just have a drink, chill out, and relax, and be sociable. And anything beyond that's probably a little too much. But sometimes it is kind of hard to start or stop once you start. One place I never drank, and a buddy of mine, he would drink out there all the time, was at the casino. I kept telling him, man, the casino's the worst place to drink because you don't think straight, and then you'll spend your last dollar in a slot machine. The closest I've gotten to beer is ginger beer, and that's non-alcohol. I don't even know what that is, but I do like. If I'm going to drink mixed drinks, I like screwdrivers. I like whiskey sours, and what's that? Pina coladas. No, and those fruity drinks. Those are good, but they taste like Kool-Aid or punch. You know. But I'm not real big on beer. I mean, I used to drink Coors Light, and then Bud Light, and then I just don't. I don't know. The one thing I don't like is expensive wine. I've had some expensive wine, and the cheap wine is good. I mean, we're talking TJ Swan, if y'all know what that is, or Boone's Farm. The cheap stuff is good. The expensive stuff, no good. I like Jack Daniels cherry limeade drinks. For several years, I couldn't stand the smell of alcohol. However, that was a problem as I was a cab driver at the time. So I hated going into the pub and drag my customers to the car to get them home. Yeah. Guinness is Brandon. I don't know if I've ever tried it. I may have back when I was younger, but I don't. Back when you was younger, the old saying, the best beer is free beer, and you never turned it down. If somebody had it. But I don't know. I've really never really obsessed over nothing. I don't know. Nothing wrong with it. I have had a couple of times where the walls on the side of a convenience store was moving, and that was purely alcohol, no drugs involved. Drugs might have been better. Man, I felt terrible. That was, oh, 12, 13 years ago. I don't know. James, Jack, and Coke on the rocks for me, mate. A little blackjack. What was that other one? Seagrams and Seven. Now, my sister, she probably drinks a lot of different things, but one thing that she had that I liked was uh, Malibu rum. I think that's one that come in the big white bottle. That was pretty good because it was kind of a fruity type drink, but it was good. It is probably a good thing I don't drink because I'd probably run across the river more often. Because I wouldn't. I'm not a buddy of mine. He lives over in East Texas now, but he likes to just like sit around on the front porch or out in the backyard and drink all day and not go do nothing. I'm just not like that. There's nothing wrong if you're out there working in the yard, mowing, weed eating, whatever, and you get all hot and everything. Nothing wrong with sitting on the patio and having a beer or something. Replenish the salt in your body or whatever. But just to sit around all day and drink, I don't get it. I like the coconut. Yeah, coconut rum's good. But even pina coladas without the alcohol in it's good. I've passed out in several gardens after strolling back from the pubs way back when I was younger. There's nothing like waking up cold with a rose thorn in your backside. Yeah, yeah. We used to go out to the rodeos, and some of them cowboys would leave their coolers where us younger folks could get to them. And by the time they got back to their cooler, they was missing quite a few. Well, we'll talk about our rural pan. Yeah, really. I don't think I've ever done that one. I've woken up out in the yard not several times, but a few times. But I've never promised you a rose garden. I never fell into a rose garden or a rose bush. I can't say I miss that side of drinking. I have to convince my doctor all the time that I don't drink because I got that fatty liver, and they say you need to cut back on the Tylenol and the alcohol. I'm like, I haven't had a drink in years, and I quit taking Tylenol, so I'm just fat all over, inside and out. I am funny drunk. That's what makes a difference in some of the drunks. Like that one buddy of mine that lives here or in Wichita, he gets a little obnoxious. Not we used to go play pool a lot, and he would just walk up and a table full of guys playing pool. I'll kick all of you beep beeps, rack 'em up, and I'm like, brother, chill out, man. You're gonna get us in a fight. We're getting too old for this. He'd be a little obnoxious, and his mouth. He can't control his mouth now at the casino, and he'd be cussing out the slot machine, and there'd be an 80, 90-year-old woman sitting next to him. I said, brother, what's what you say? What? But a happy, funny drunk is cool. You know, just be friendly. That's the way I am. I'll talk to the wall after about 3 beers. Yeah, I lose even in my more shy days. I'd lose that shyness. I wouldn't be like grabby and touchy and feely and all that. But if I walk by a cute girl, I say, "Hey, how you doing?" and just keep walking and seeing if she said something back. If she said something back, I'd stop and turn around and have a chat. But but I just was friendlier, and I could carry a conversation. You know, my mouth run a little bit. Might have been slurring a little bit, and I don't know. Quite comical now, but I get a few down in my gut, and it's that times 100. As long as the wall didn't start talking back. Oh, well, the wall punched me a couple of times. I don't know. I can't really say that I miss drinking. I miss doing a lot of the things that involved drinking, just like going out to the clubs. I was never really a dancer, but just going out and people watching. I miss that. That was fun. I was a people watcher. Oh, it'd be funny. There was one club we had here, and you had to go down a step to get down to. I mean, there was like 4 different areas in the club. It was like 70s bell bottoms rock music, then the country part. But the country part had a step down, and it was fun to watch the drunks take that step. You could tell they knew the step was there, but their foot would go up and it would just stop. It would go on down and they'd stumble. Saw a few of them fall, but most of them they just stumbled. Yeah, it was hilarious to just watch people and guys. There's been a couple of times where I walked up to girls and I say, "Hey, there you go. I have been looking for you," because you could tell they was very, very uncomfortable with the belligerent male that was trying to pick them up, and they all just, "Oh, hey," and they just putting their arm around me, and we just start talking, and that guy just turn around and walk off. That happened. Oh, I wouldn't say a lot of times, but probably 5 or 6 times. Because some guys just get too touchy feely and get up in people's girls' faces, and you got to be cool. Just slide in and be sweet and nice. Don't be obnoxious. Good. I'm a little different than some. Oh, we used to do to go to the. We used to go to the nightclubs after being at the pubs on Friday and Saturday night in London. All the fun for the most part. So, what's the difference between a nightclub and a pub? I thought it was the same thing. Education time. The questions are on you, Ray. I was going to answer questions, but we're asking you. What is the difference between a nightclub and a pub? I really don't know. Maybe one has dancing and one's just a bar. What we had clubs which had dancing, and then you got the bars, and I was never into the bars. I bet I haven't been into a dozen bars in my entire life. Probably not even close to that. Clubs, yeah, I like the clubs, but Nightclubs were mostly dancing related. Okay. That's where I would have been. Education time. A friend up north would always say tavern. Well, down in these parts, it's a beer joint. Yeah. I guess beer joint and a bar would be about the same thing. I just never really. The bars in Wichita Falls was a good place to get in fights, and a few of them was a good place to get stabbed or shot at. We'd have a lot of music and bands in the pubs too. Hmm. There was a there was a big club in I want to say it was in Grand Prairie, Grand Prairie, Texas, down in the Dallas area. Cowboys. It was called Cowboys. They had a. We was talking about bands, but they had a big, a huge stage, and I don't know, but there was a girl there one night singing, and I didn't know who she was. And a few years later, Gretchen Wilson got real popular, and I would swear that was her, but it was before she was big and famous. But anyway, that place was fun because I was good friends with a girl that lived down there, and she would point at girls and say, "Go talk to her, go talk to her." And I said, "There you go." And we always left together. You know, we went together and left together, but she'd dance with the guys and stuff and talk to them. We were just really good friends. That was fun. Shonda was a lot of fun. We've had a lot of music and bands in the pubs. We'd also get a great meal for lunch and dinner too. Hmm. Beer joint lets the outside in open. Beer joint lets the outside in open walls spilling out into the parking lot. Oh, we got a place here. It's called P3. It's downtown. My sister goes there, but I've never been there. I've delivered DoorDash there a few times, but I never went there. But you could sit inside, but a lot of people would drop the tailgates and be sitting around out in the parking lot on the tailgates, and waitresses would come out there and bring you your drinks and your red draws and stuff. If y'all don't know what red draws are, it's beer and tomato juice. Kind of sort of like a Bloody Mary, I guess. I don't know. All I know is Red Draws was created here, actually at that P3, I think, probably back in the 60s or 70s. I don't know. But I used to play Spicy V8's good at them. I used to go play at the snooker clubs too, eat booze and play snooker. That is always a good time. Cool. Hello, Caleb. How are you? I remember going to the strip club in Wichita Falls. Well, I don't know. I don't know how many. I guess there's two here. I don't know now. That sounds like pure sadness. Sure it does. I did go to a strip club in Oklahoma City with Jeremy, my brother-in-law. I didn't know it was a strip club. I figured it out after we was there about 30 minutes. Huge, had a big balcony all the way around it. But I just rode with him, and Caleb was little, and they stayed at their grandma's. But me and Jeremy met some of his friends, went to this club, and we were sitting at a table, and and the waitress brought a picture over, and I kind of turned, and you didn't have no top on. Oh, wow. I had no idea. because it was that big and there was that many people. I just didn't notice. And then I got to looking way off, and on the dance floor you could see them dancing. I said, "Oh, I didn't know that." And then I've been to the one here once. Yeah, I never got into it. Yeah, the one strip club here that I know of is Maximus. It's over on Seymour Highway. There used to be a couple downtown. I think the one is still open. There's a car or two out in front of it when you go down Scott Street, but there used to be one behind it, but I think they tore it down or closed it years ago. I don't know. I know I took a couple of the airmen to Maximus one night when I was doing Uber, and I picked up some more guys at the gate at the base, and they was wanting to go to another club. And I said, and they was talking about this guy, and I said, I think I just took him somewhere, or took him to the Maximus. And they said, "Oh, don't tell nobody that because they are what do they call it, blacklisted or what? They were not allowed to go out there." I said, "Oh well, I don't know nothing. Don't know nothing." They have a couple that place, and then a couple of the bars around Wichita Falls that they're not allowed to go to. This clock, I just noticed my mini PC. It is. I wonder why the clock is not right. It's showing 8:08. I didn't even know you could adjust date and time. I thought they automatically adjusted with the internet. Time zone, UTC. What time zone? How do you do this? Pacific, US, and Canada. International Dateline. Well, I don't know what to put this on. Wait, Central. Here we go. Yep, that's right. I thought they automatically adjusted by themselves. Set time zone automatically. How come I can't click on that? Hmm. Anyway, I delivered to a strip club with DoorDash orders before, but there was always a bouncer at hand the food over to. However, one night no one was outside, and I wanted to drop it off quick. It was an eye opener. The Maximus. I took one order one time, but it was early, and there was a girl and then two guys sitting at the bar. They wasn't open yet. And the second time I went, I thought, okay, and they had the petition thing closed where you couldn't see in there, and the door closed. And I told the guy, so, well, I'm supposed to hand deliver this. And he looked at me. I was joking around. He looked at me and says, I'll take care of it. Okay, no problem. No, not here to cause a problem. I just wanted to get a tip. Well, I have a feeling I'm not going to get my little. Oh, you'll want to check that out. Hold on. I'll be right back. I want to show you this. for those that are into cars. Pretty cool, no?
Bluetooth mode.
A little Bluetooth speaker. That's a cool one. China dolls. I thought it was pretty cool. Yep, Bugatti. That's what I'm supposed to be editing right now or tonight. I started on it. I didn't finish it. I kind of like they had come in pink and some more colors, but the gray looks pretty cool. And it didn't sound too bad. I didn't even look underneath it. But this one's heavier than that. I did a Camaro a while back. This one's heavier. It's supposed to have 15 watts. It sounds pretty decent. Anyway, it was that or work on another lift recliner, and I didn't really feel like doing that today. Yep. You know, those have, I looked them up, and 200 and I think it's 268 miles an hour, and top speed 1,600 horsepower. And I think they have a version that's more horsepower. It's like 1,678 or something. That's a pretty radical car. I watched one video on it and just to see what the interior looked like. It was cool, but I wasn't like, wow, that blows my mind. But it was. I would like to drive that. That would be fun. Yeah. Well, it will be. I think. No. Well, yeah. I can't. No, I can't look. 19th. It should be the 21st. I think that's the day it'll be out. Coolest interior is the late 80s and 240 SX. I think it was those. I'd love to drive that speed. God, that'd be fun. When you say 240, my mind goes to the Datsun. Datsun, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know. Does Bugatti make a 240 or something? The most I did was 189. So Bugatti makes a two. Let's check it out. No, the Datsun. Oh, okay. Yeah. The 300ZX was the one that had the big V or the big 6 in it. Those was really fast. Kind of picking. Oh, there we are. $240Z. Yeah. There used to be a bunch of those around. Up to 240 is a Datsun. There's the yeah, but they made a the 300ZX. No, no, it was a Datsun. Oh, was it the 280Z? Maybe it was a 280Z. Maybe a 280. Yeah. Okay. 2.8 liter. That would be a 4-cylinder. What? There was one I thought they put a 6-cylinder in it because it was fast, and they didn't produce a lot of them. I worked in Nissan when they were all new. Roman Atwood was giving away his wife's G wagon, or he had a GTR, and the guy that won it picked the G wagon. Which, if I would have won it, I would have picked the G wagon too, simply because the trade-in value was much higher for it than the GTR. They had the 240, 260, 280Z, and the 300Z. I was thinking that I thought there was a 3. Let's see. Did Datsun have a 6-cylinder engine? Yes, the Datsun famously inline 6. Oh, so it came in those 240 and 260 and the 280. I was thinking it was a 300, but what the hell? Obviously not. 280ZX turbo, 2.8. It's 20, a high performance dual overhead cam. Oh, a 2.0 is a 6? Me and the kid's mom test drove one at a car dealership in Decatur, Texas. I wanted it so bad, but told my dad about it, and he said nope, because it had we loved it, but it had a reconditioned title on it. The 85 Datsun 300ZX dashboard is fancy. So there was a 300. I'm not just dreaming that up. 1985 Datsun 300ZX. Yeah, the 3.0 V6. Okay, yeah, okay. See, I'm not crazy. Let's see if we can get interior. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, that is cool. That one we drove didn't, I don't think it looked like that. It was probably more like that. I don't know. The only bad thing is Jameswood, that's that dealership. Anyway, it started raining and it was a convertible, and then the roof started leaking a little bit. And I called my dad and was telling him about it, and he said nope, mainly because it had the reconditioned title. Man, that thing was fast and it was fun. There's a 370. Huh. Digital dash was nice. The Toyota Supra wide body had a digital dash too. I love those ones. Yeah. Mm, maybe it wasn't a convertible. It might have been a T-top. I don't really remember. I just remember the roof started leaking. What year? Is it a 99? My Corvette I had. Yeah, I think it was a 99. Yep, almost. Nope, that's not. It's the same color. Look familiar, Caleb? I would had to take Caleb to school and Amber to school. There it is right there. Well, not mine exactly, but I'd have to take them to school, and Amber would have to lay over. So if we saw a cop or something, that was a fun car. It was a fun car, and what was it? With less than 6 months, you started hanging out with oh, you started hanging out with somebody. They had a car, and you started riding with them all the time. And then, but it was after I got rid of the vet, because I got rid of the vet and got the. Where did I get the? Was it the? What was it, Ford? Not Explorer. Damn, I'm out blank. The big SUV. And then you didn't ride with us anymore, and I could have just kept the vet. But I don't know. I got tired of shifting gears, though, for real. I said if I ever got another one, I'm not getting a standard. And automatics are so much easier. We got this one at Corvettes of Dallas. Not this one, but one that looked just like it. And we added all the little tail light covers and the plate between the exhausts. Had a Borla exhaust in it. It was a fine car. It was pretty quick. Where am I? Nissan also did a 300C, which was a sedan that featured the same engine as the 300ZX. That was luxury salon that had ever much power. It was so hard not to make the rear wheels squeak. Oh wow! Well, when did Nissan buy? What it was Nissan that took over Datsun, right? And then they quit making the Datsuns, and it was just Nissans. Huh. Kind of looks like the old Mercedes, doesn't it? Looks like that looks like a Ford LTD front end right there. That flat. Look at that. Nissan was copying Ford, and now they'll outlast a Ford by a long shot. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought they'd bought them out. I didn't know they just changed names. I thought it was. Hey, I like my Ford. What are you driving now? I thought. Well, y'all. I don't. It's constantly dings at me, but I like it. Oh, a Fusion? Oh, okay. I had no idea. Ooh, a hybrid. Look at you, a 19 model. Pretty new. Well, to me, that's pretty new. Mine's just an old 2017. Yeah, we got like 2 years ago. Well, look at that front end right there. Now, let's see, that was a 1976 Ford LTD. Maybe it wasn't a 76 model. But anyway, you can kind of, well, no, not really. Was it a 79? Yeah, there we go. Now look at that front end. Don't and tell me those are not real similar to that Nissan. A fridge in it. Yeah, we had the Kia Soul. Then it broke. Yeah, I remember that one. Then it broke down, and it was too expensive to fix, so we just got a new car. Sierra got in a wreck and totaled, so insurance paid us out, and we got a new car. Cool. Well, not cool, but I mean, when I was a little, when I was little, the neighbors had a station wagon. I thought they were rich, were so rich. Was that the most fortunate wreck I've ever had? That was super cool. The best. I love that Infinity I had, but I come out smelling like a rose on that one. Paid 7,200 for it, and insurance when it got totaled paid 11,000. So the car she totaled was a 2016 Camry. It was junk. I was so sad. Really? Usually Camrys are pretty good. Well, mechanically. Remember that 15? I had it. Man, you could bump a rabbit and the front bumper cover would fall off. But mechanically, you can't beat them. They're good cars. But they probably improved them now. I think all manufacturers were copying some parts of each other back there. We could still tell them apart. Yeah. And her wreck was someone bumping into the side of her. Insurance claimed it was total. The transmission was failing, wouldn't go into second. Wow. I'm thinking possibly it bent the frame, but even then, that's pushing it. I would have liked to taken the motor and transmission out of that Infinity and put in this Maxima, and I would have been happy. I'm not a fan of the, what is it called, a CVT transmission. Uh, if you just try to drive it normal, it wants to drive like an old grandpa. You have to put your foot into it to make it go. That Infinity, that all-wheel drive, you could put your foot into it and it would shoot off the line. But I'm still looking at pickups and SUVs. I haven't decided. I'm kind of hoping the prices go down. But I love mine, but then again, I drive like an old grandpa. that CVT, you have to really put your foot into it to make it go. I mean, and they do it for the gas mileage. I understand it. And it's not so bad now, but when I was delivering, I was hammered down. I mean, I didn't have time to sit there and wait on that thing to wind up and shift and lollygag around. I was wanting to go. Now it's not so important, but well, unless I'm on the highway, that get the way that then CVC transmission or trash. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm on the eco mode, so makes it extra slow. Our poor car is going up these hills and mountains. Oh man, I bet. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the transmission at all. I mean, I understand the point of it, which because even if you push that maxima quite a bit, it still gets 26, 25 miles a gallon. And I know if I get a pickup or SUV, I can probably cut a lot. It's be 17, 18 miles a gallon. But I don't really go that much anymore. I put $20 in gas in this car yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, and it'll probably last me 2 weeks. I just don't go nowhere. You know, you screamed in California. I was kind of worried at one point, but just had to laugh it off. I'm not a fan of CVT either. Yeah. And if you put your foot into it, it almost like bypasses the CVT. I mean, because it shifts and it shifts like it's supposed to. But if you're just driving normal, you can definitely tell. I'm not a fan of it. And AJ, my son-in-law, kind of. I mean, technically they're still married, but he had told me, about the CVTs, and I thought, it might be all right. Cause I really like the interior and stuff on this Maxima. It's that platinum, so it's pretty nice. But Nissan messed up with that transmission. I think the tech is neat, but I have heard about them failing a lot. So far, this one's good, but and working at Nissan, I saw way too many brand new cars come in and shredded their transmission. This one so far, knock on wood, is holding up. But like I said, I'd like to get rid of it. But, I could have got that Yukon that I was looking at, but I would have had to come up with $1,000 down, and my payments would have been about $500 a month. And I know Emily's brother is paying $1,100 a month for a pickup payment. That's crazy. That's more than I pay in rent. But if it was exactly what I wanted, I might would pay $500 a month. But I'd rather stick around $400, $450. And I figure if I just bide my time, maybe prices will go down, my income will keep going up, then I won't be so worried about it. If it's older, I'd trust it. Seems like the older Nissans last through anything. I see them constantly half built like a war torn transformer. Yeah, I don't even know what year it was. I think I still I rode, I guess it was probably in the late 80s, early 90s. Your papa was looking at a Nissan Maxima, but I remember sitting in the back seat, and when he put his foot into it, it like threw you back. Mine don't have that kind of power, so I don't know if had bigger or stronger motors then. Something about them changed because I remember it feeling like it had a lot of torque, and this one, I mean, it's all right, but it don't compare to the Infiniti. But I sold a Ram truck to someone that was paying $1,900 a month. That's crazy. Wish I could afford that. Would pay off a car quick. I also have no idea what we pay. I just go to work. The truck had a sticker price of about 85,000. Crazy prices. Yeah. Yeah, and you look at the Denali pickups. They're 105, 110,000 loaded. I mean, completely loaded. The Denali version. And if they was paying 1,900 on 85,000 price, can you imagine? They're probably 23, 2,400, and that's probably if you got good credit. And my credit's not. I mean, it's fair, but it's not great. Oh, I forgot what we was looking at here. I'll show y'all something that, in my opinion, that's crazy. I looked at it earlier. This is where I was looking at that. Oh, what is that AI? I don't want AI. There's the Yukon I was looking at, but it was 30, 32 or 33,000. But I want to show you something that is crazy. It might be this one. Good looking truck. Yeah, this is it. Good looking truck, right? Now, check this out. Severe damage. Look at this. All the way around it and the top. And they want $32,000 for that pickup. That is insane. I don't know how it don't have a totaled or reconditioned title on it. Prefer to have a credit, have no credit than the credit I have now. Looks like one that looks like one that wants to blind me. But I mean, it's a good looking pickup. I'm not real keen on that color interior, but I mean, it looks clean. But man, that much damage? That's crazy. Look at that. It's been wrecked all over, including the top. I don't know what they did. If they rolled it, I don't know. I don't know how they didn't total it. These new headlights are too bright. Something needs to be done about it. Oh, yeah. Well, at least one corner was undamaged. Yeah, that rear quarter panel, but wrecked all the way around it. That got me. I looked at that and I thought, $32,000 for a totally wrecked truck. You know, I didn't get that. And they want 28,000 for that little Tacoma. I wouldn't. I mean, the Tacoma might be all right, but it don't have any towing capacity. The 4Runner. But this is one I liked. I drove it and had a tear right here, but it needed rear shocks. There was something else. Oh, the front end pulled a little bit. I can't believe, and they're still wanting 19.9 for it. And they've had it a few months now. You would have thought they'd have came off of it. Maybe an X beat it. Maybe they took, yeah. But they also got the sunroof on it too. I just get me a Camaro. I don't know. My car is probably lower than that car. I can't pull my car into my driveway. I'll hit high center. I have to back in. The thing that gets me on a lot of these cars is my bank did pre-approve me, but the vehicle has to be under 133,000 miles. And a lot of the vehicles that I want, like that Yukon's 138,000. So my bank wouldn't finance that. Maybe they had a ladder or they were very tall. Yeah, that could be. Might have took a baseball bat to it. I don't know. If I just bide my time, keep glancing around, and don't really get too fired up and in too big of a hurry, then something will come along. We'll see. Anyway, I think I'm going to get off here. I don't even know if I'll finish editing that. Oh, can you tell? I don't know. I put this lamp. Let's see if I turn it off. I can hit the button. Where is the button? Yes, there it is. Did that make a difference? I guess it does a little over here. It was that desk lamp that I did the review on, and I put it up here on the shelf to help the lighting. Maybe it did. Maybe it is helping a little. Something will come up. That made a big difference. Yeah, that's what I let's see. Where's that? Oop, wrong way. Put it up there on that shelf. So now it just kind of points down at me. You're still alive. How you doing, Tim? Yeah, we've been talking about cars and trucks and stuff, and I was fixing to get off here, but starting to get kind of tired now. I'm in bed. That's where I need to be. I was in bed by 9 o'clock last night. I scheduled a live stream, but about 8:30, I said I can't do it. It didn't feel good. I was tired, and now I'm getting tired now. So anyhow, I think I'm gonna get off here, y'all. Oh, well, I can just leave it off. That lamp has a USB-C port on the back. I have it plugged into my tablet, but for some reason my tablet went dead. I might have pulled that plug. I don't know. I'll need a little bit longer cord on it. It's pretty short. It wasn't charging. All right, Pork Chop, thanks for being here. I did buy that solar charger. Oh, cool. Good deal. Anyway, guys and gals, oh, it's up to 14%, so I guess it is charging. I am going to get off here, and I think I'll just finish editing that video tomorrow. And then do that recliner. Then I have a webcam. I don't know. I don't know if anybody needs a webcam. That might be the giveaway for next month. I don't really need it, but we'll see. We'll come up with something. Anyway, I will see y'all next time. And Caleb, if you're still here, love you. Hope you have a good rest of your night. And everybody else, y'all keep smiling and be happy. Let's see. There we go. And I will see y'all. Thanks for being here. See, I'm getting tired. Anyway, I'm out, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Bye.